Hello! Hello. And welcome. Oh my God, I'm massive. I'm huge! I'm a big boy. Big win there, boys and girls. My goodness gracious me. Hang on. Hello. And welcome to the player ratings live stream for Chelsea versus Fulham. We got away with a victory. I have got my review, out for this game. It's up on this channel. So after this, if you want to have a look at that, then by all means, this is more of just a way to get the votes in and just have a little say on what your thoughts are on the game yourself, as well as having a little fun with the votes as well, a bit of interaction, all that good stuff. If you are new, if you haven't subscribed, then please do hit the subscribe button, like the video, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future streams such as these or any other ones going forward, as well as the previews, the reviews, the news videos, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of stuff going on this channel, so I'm looking forward to you lot being a part of it. With that said, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, yes! Watch the clock, come on! Big result. For the Blues, we move up to 8th place in the table. Level on points with 7th and 9th placed Brighton and Manchester United, respectively, with Newcastle in 10th, now 2 points behind us. We are just 9 points off of a top 4 place, 14 points off of a place at the top of the table. Sounds, easier said than done. We're still a long way away from any sort of talks of being at the top of the table, but we're doing better. This was the turning point last season, I thought. 20 games in, it was the turning point. This is when we started to drop points. This is when we started to lose a lot more often. We were in exactly the same position this time last year, and we regressed. We descended into, a lower position. This is the turning point. If we can carry on just scraping, getting points here, 3 points there, 1 point there, we might somehow just scrape a top 5 finish if we carry on with consistency. Because I remind you, 4 Premier League home wins in a row. The first time we've done that since 2020 under Thomas Tuchel. It's been a long time. A result, nonetheless. It might have been a stinky one. We might not have really challenged the goalkeeper that often, but the penalty gets the 3 points. Cole Palmer, it remains to be seen. Well, not remains to be seen. That's the wrong phrase. It goes without saying that he is obviously going to be man of the match, but we'll leave that to you, the viewer. So please do get ready to have your say. The votes will be open very, very shortly. We'll start with Georgie Petrovic. At the moment, you can see it's a question mark, but all the same, I'm going to start the bidding at an 8. Clean sheet for him. Did Enzo get man of the match? We'll see who gets man of the match. I'm going to start the bidding at 8 for... I didn't actually see who got man of the match. FOTMob have Colwill as man of the match, which is just, I don't really understand that, to be completely honest with you. Petrovic, 7.5, 8, 8.5, or a 9. If you're feeling really generous, you can vote 9 for Georgie Petrovic, but I'd say let's try and keep it realistic, I mean, you can have your votes and everything like that, but I do think it was a solid performance. Made some absolutely fantastic saves. Certainly kept them from scoring, which obviously is what saves are meant for. But there are definitely chances once or twice in this game where he was challenged to a degree that I'm not so sure Sanchez would have kept some of these out. I really don't. But yeah, a solid performance and worthy of an 8.5. The numbers start already very, very high. So I'm imagining someone's going to get a 9 or a 10 in this case. He is absolutely the guy. He is probably the most... I'm trying to think back to goalkeepers. Courtois obviously was good for us, but had his moments where he was a little bit dicey as well. We had Kepa, we had Begovic, we've had Schwarzer, we've had Kepa, we've had Mendy. Yeah, Mendy first season was obviously the best goalkeeper we've had since Courtois / Petrovic. But again, all the same, it is just Rob Green, yeah? Jesus. Hilario. I don't know, he left quite a long time ago, didn't he? He's in the backroom staff still, but even still. Yeah, I feel like, honestly, an 8.5 might be a little high, but it's a testament, it's evidence that we as Chelsea fans believe in the project. We believe in... We believe that Petrovic is the guy. He is the guy to take over as the number one goalkeeper. Because let's be honest. Robert Sanchez was never a guarantee to be number one. It was just out of the options we had. Obviously, he's going to take it with the experience in the Premier League that he has over the likes of Petrovic, Bergstrom, and Bettinelli. But Petrovic, now he's been given game time. He looks so confident. He looks so comfortable when he's in goal, which is something that I can't necessarily say I've felt a confidence or a confidence or a belief in a goalkeeper since the likes of Cech or Courtois, for the most part, Mendy first season, and so on. Petrovic. It's given the spark that I've been wanting for a long, long time. Now, we'll start with Malo Gusto, shall we? Start with a question mark. I don't quite know. Booking looked all right, bit shaky at times. It's a weird one. It is a weird one. I'm seeing 6s and 7s. He's obviously very lucky to stay on the pitch. A lot of people, I wasn't so sure that people agreed with me that it was a red card. And if you've watched me long enough, you know I'm a massive fan of Malo Gusto. A big advocate for Malo Gusto. I think he's really good. A fantastic cover for Reece James. Very much worthy of being a first team player if Reece James was, not our regular, and he would easily just be our right back, would he not? But all the same, I very much just assumed that would be a red card when we saw the replay, when we saw, how dangerous the tackle was. I was surprised, very surprised, that that it didn't go to VAR for one, but also that it wasn't just a straight red. I've seen way less. His red card he got earlier in the season was less than that. So we got away with one. We definitely got away with one, and that could have easily been the turning point for us to end up losing. It's easy. And yes, I'm on the beers. I'm on to the beers, baby. Oh. And there we go. 20 votes, only 18 likes. Let's make sure we are obviously using the like button as well. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And so on and so forth. 6.5 for Malo Gusto. I would suggest that is a very, very fair reflection on his performance today. Maybe even a 6 if you're completely involving the red card incident. 6.5. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just add a little drop shadow to it. It's got to be black. Little drop shadow. Spread is... Why is it so... There we go. Apologies. Just so it's got a bit of depth, you know? And you can sort of see it a lot clearer. Look at this fancy guy. Oh, I'm just trying to better the experience for you guys, the viewer, you know? Look, that's a lot better looking, is it not? You know? With that said, Axel Disasi. Axel Disasi, the next one. I don't think it was a terrible game. He's another one where it's that is the most Tory drop shadow you've ever seen in your life, is it not? Jesus Christ. Disasi's just one of those players now where I've just kind of lost interest in making sure, like seeing what he does or like checking on him. Like he makes some silly tackles. He's in the book again. You've been talking about Tories a lot today. I've been called a Tory about 3 times. So we'll do the votes for Disasi. I'm going to start the bid at 5.5, 6.5, and I'll include a 7 just in case I've completely missed the point. You know, I might have missed something. I might not have seen something that other people might have seen. But from my eyes, from my perspective, it was just a bang average performance, to be honest with you. And you've got to be quick. You've got to be quick with your votes. You have to be really quick with your votes, in case it goes and you don't get your vote in. Yeah, clean sheet. That's down to fucking Petrovic, mate. That's down to Petrovic. I'm not just going to give away like 7s, 8s, and 9s to players just for the sake of, you know. I need to be impressed. I need to be impressed. Someone flying through these polls. I want to get to the boozer. No, it's not that. It's just if there's 20 or so votes, it is just it's kind of like a round number. So if you want to get in the votes, you've got to be one of the first 20. But also, you are absolutely right. The pub is calling me. Harry, come to the pub, mate. Come on, get this fucking player ratings over with. Come down the boozer and get on the sesh, mate. Come on. That's what the pub's saying to me. And there's a few pubs where I live that it'll be a bit of a bar crawl, shall we say? Know you too well. You do indeed. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It's Pochettino. Look at that vein. Look at that vein. And we move on. Thiago Silva, the next on the list. I was really impressed. I thought he was great. Thought it was a very quintessential Thiago Silva performance, to be honest with you. 7.5 and an 8. So again, get your votes in as quickly as possible. First 20 votes or so is what we'll take. So if you want to get your votes in, you've got to be quick. You've got to be quick. And there we go. They're closed. And the winner is 7. A 7 for Thiago Silva. It's apparently all he is going to get. So there we go. Thought he was good. He made a very, very last-ditch tackle to prevent Jimenez going all the way through, of which if he did get through, it probably would have been, that's all she wrote kind of situation. I don't think Jimenez misses chances like that. So it would have been interesting to see, but I'm glad we didn't get to. Does this show up on the... That's how green it is. It is a Heineken. It is a Heineken. Oh, very needed after a game of that level. But yeah, did what he had to do. It's one of those ones where you can't really discredit him or downgrade him or downmark him because of the yellow card in this situation, because he took one for the team. He had to do it. So a 7, I think, is fair at the moment. One of the best defenders in this game for Chelsea. So I feel like that reflects, you know, his performance was good. It was all right. What beer will you only drink on draft? Today, it's going to be probably a neck oil. I mean, I hate that I like them. I swore I would never get into drinking IPAs and all that sort of shit, but a neck oil is so good. It is so refreshing. Either that or they have a Tiny Rebel tropical beer as well in my local pub. It's a banger. It's an absolute banger. But neck oil is just, it's so good. That and Brewdog's Punk IPA is really good. That's really good. And again, I hate that I like it. I swore I would stick to lager, but it is what it is, and it's a very good beer. Or IPAs in general, very good, very, very good. Especially when you go back to like lagers and that, it's just a bit like a bit heavy. Is it light or dark? It's very light, very, very light. Craft IPA hits different. Yeah, there's an IPA pub down the high street where I live that has like one of those. It's like a brewery type place. It's not a brewery, but they change the beers that are on based on what stock they have, and if they run out of the keg, then they just get a brand new one of a different brand or like a different drink. They're like, once it's gone, it's gone. They've got a TV that shows you what they've got on tap and everything. It's a bit hipster. It's a bit bougie. But it's good. I love it. It's really good. You get to try all sorts of things. There was one the other day that was like, it was from Vault City. They had one before Christmas that was like the blue and pink fizzy bottle Haribo things as a drink. It was absolutely disgusting, but worth the experience. It was unique, to say the least. Anyway, let's move back onto the football. Levi Colwill. I'm gonna let you guys let me know what you think first. Just because I thought he did all right. I thought he did very well at left back. Still out of position at times. Still making silly tackles as well. But for the most part, I thought, you know, I feel like he was the better defender out of the four. I will leave it to the polls, though. I will leave it to the polls. It's the first time I've been impressed with him at left back, and I still stand by my point. I do not want him being left back. We'll do 6.5 to 8. So get your votes in now. Remember, you've got to be quick. And again, smash the like button, please. 55 of you in the stream. It really does help. It's Pochettino. It's Pochettino. 7.5, Anto is saying. It's very close. It's tight. We might have to leave the votes going for like a few more seconds. It's 7. It's 7.5. It's all over the place. I think 7's going to take it, though. 54% of the vote as it closes. 56% in the end for a joint effort between Colwill and Thiago Silva. A 7 for the two of them. No doubt. I've been getting some comments once the live stream ends that are like, yeah, I can't believe you gave him a 7 or a 7.5. He was clearly a 10, or, you know, some bollocks. Like, people aren't going to be happy regardless. But this is the beauty of having the votes, having the power of the people, to be able to have the votes, and it's not just all down on me. If there's a stinky decision, I'm blaming you. As we move on to Moises Caicedo, who I could have sworn was booked, right? What's happened there? I swear he got booked. Did he not? He did. According to, let me look on the Premier League website. Premier League. Enzo was booked. Yeah, I saw Enzo was booked. I remember Moise Caicedo coming up on the screen, like the name coming up on the screen to say that he was booked. Chelsea versus Fulham. Apparently, he was not booked. According to the Premier League website, he was not booked. According to every website, he was not booked. According to Who Scored, FOTMob, and the Premier League, he did not get booked. I know for sure I saw him get booked. What's the other one? Is it Opta? Is it Opta? Live scores. If it says it on Opta, then who knows? It doesn't want me to check. Does anyone know? Opta website isn't working. So there we go. Flash score. Flash score. Chelsea versus Fulham. Yeah, he was not booked. How bizarre. SofaScore says he wasn't. Yeah. What about Soccerway? Does Soccerway say it? Weird. He absolutely got booked. I'm convinced he got booked. Yeah, even on Soccerway, he's not been booked. What the fuck? I'm so convinced he got booked. Well, I mean, either straight away, he's got an 8 then. If Caicedo has avoided getting a yellow card, then, I mean, it must have been a good performance then in that case. But no, all things aside, 5.5, 6, 6.5, and 7. I'll give him up to the camera showed Caicedo by accident. Maybe I'm convinced a graphic, at least on BT Sport, TNT, or whatever the fuck it's called, they gave him a yellow card for sure. For sure. Caicedo booked. Let me look it up on Twitter. There you go. There's so many people tweeting that he was booked. On the Chelsea website. What about the Chelsea website? Fixtures and results. This will be the definitive. Fulham. Match Centre. Match News. See full report. Here we go. No, that's not what I want. Oh, here we go. Booked. Caicedo. It says it on the Chelsea website that he was booked. The votes have ended. It is a 7 for Caicedo, which will definitely cause debates, I reckon. I think it's all right. It's fair, I guess. But yeah, according to the Chelsea website, Caicedo was booked. You know? I don't know. Nearly 70 of you here. The numbers are ramping up. Please do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. If you are just joining, you'll have to subscribe for at least a minute to be able to have your say. But tell me in the chat, do you remember Caicedo being booked? Yes or no? In fact, I'll do a poll. Should we do a poll? Was Caicedo booked? Yes, no. Have your votes. This is like a separate vote from everything else. He is not booked on any website in the world except the Chelsea website. That's the weird thing. Of all the websites he's been not booked on. It's the Chelsea website he's been booked on. It's weird. Premier League, SofaScore, FotMob, Soccerway, Flash Score, all of them. The Premier League website have all said he's not booked, but the Chelsea website has him as booked. And there we go. 58% of people saying, no, he was not. So I must have been dreaming it, right? The Mandela effect. He was fucking booked. There's even people tweeting. If you look up Caicedo booked, people have said he got booked. It's bizarre. It is bizarre. Anyway, he wasn't booked. They booked Disasi instead of for kicking the ball away. Go watch the bit when he was booked. Do you think I could rewind that far? That's a long old job, isn't it? I can't be fucked. He definitely got booked. It might have been a mistake, but either way. Next up is Conor Gallagher. Again, to get your vote in, I think you might also need to be subscribed, so I don't know. We'll go on to Conor Gallagher, 4 to 5. It was a bit of a meh performance again, was it not? Angeline, no problem at all. It's okay. No worries. Enjoy your dinner. I will see you Monday. Okay. Anto says 8. And then the rest of you are saying much, much lower. Gallagher. So Anto has retracted his rating. He's like, nope. There we go. I think he's no way was he lower than a 5.5. So we'll start at 5.5 and go up to a 7. Couldn't have been bad. That was... What? He couldn't have been that bad, was he? No, I don't think he was. I don't think he was that bad. I think a 6 is harsh. And that's what the votes are saying right now. So again, if you're watching this back, there is a vote going on here for the people that are here live. If you want to be able to have a vote, then you need to be here live. It's as simple as that. 6.5 is creeping up the but I think it's going to be a little too late. As 6. I think the shot. I think if he'd scored that shot. Thank you, Angeline, for the donation, by the way. Massively, massively appreciated. Enjoy your dinner. I do think that he would have gone and been like a fucking 9, you know. I think that goal would have just trajected. Is that a word? Trajected? I think that would have completely catapulted his rating up massively. But sadly, it didn't go in. What a shot it was, though, all the same. Enzo Fernandez, who has allegedly was given man of the match. Is that correct? I need a VAR check on that. Fernandez, man of the match. Or player of the match. Official man of the match, Enzo Fernandez. Okay. Slightly confused by these numbers, but we'll start. Enzo. 7.5. 8. 8.5. A 9. We'll give him the chance to get a 9. Petrovic with an 8.5 now seems quite high. But all the same, I think he fucking deserved it, to be honest with you. Luke, mate, thank you very much for the super chat. We'll hopefully let her read it out. I'm assuming.
It's too cool time! Baby! Yes!
Up the Chels. Let's hear the women as well.
Oh, we've missed Mandeep. We really have. It's been a while. Thank you very much, Luke. Massively, massively appreciated. And the vote is in. It is, to be honestly, did I say to be honestly? An 8.5 for Mr. Enzo Fernandez, who no doubt will be awarded man of the match. Well, I don't know. He can't. He might not be. He might not be. We're going to have a man of the match battle. Last vote between Petrovic and Enzo Fernandez at this point. Sexy voice. Thank you very much. I know you're talking about the woman. Don't worry. Unless you're not. Unless you're not. Right, we move on to Mr. Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer. Without the penalty, what are we saying? What are we saying without the penalty? Get your votes in the chat. What are you giving him as a vote if he didn't get the penalty in the first? Not if he missed. I'm not saying if he missed the penalty, but if he didn't get the penalty in the first place. I think it's a 7, yeah. But with the penalty, he just continues to impress, does he not? Like, his penalty taking is just so good. I just think, yeah, a bit sloppy. I honestly think 8.5, I think, for I need to watch the game back, I think, because I wasn't seeing what people were seeing with Enzo. I'm not saying he wasn't an 8.5. I think maybe an 8 for Enzo. But those last minute passes, the final pass through was shit every single time. From Enzo, from Sterling, from Palmer, from Broja, from Gallagher, every single time. And that's so I'm not just pinpointing Enzo Fernandez here. I'm just saying the last pass was always shit. It was just every single time. We had so many counterattacks that just didn't come to fruition, or they didn't end up being successful because the final pass was just always so sloppy, so bad, too light or too heavy every time, or just passes it straight into the defender's legs. So we're not going to do the subs today. There's not really much point, as they didn't really have too much of an impact. Palmer will start at a 6. No, he's not a 6.5. He's a 7, 7.5, 8, or an 8.5. Interested. Well, I'm interested to see this. I'm interested to see what you guys come up with. Again, try and be as sincere as possible. Don't be just voting any stupid old bollocks. I mean, you can, but defeats the point. Defeats the object of the stream. But it is what it is. I trust that you guys will go with your gut and go with what you think people actually deserve. Again, this is very much based on the fact that he scored the penalty. I think if we never got a penalty in the first place, it wasn't one of his standout performances besides that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to do a Poch rating too. We're going to do a Poch rating too. And, okay, we're into the last two. An 8 for Mr. Colwill himself. As we move on to Sterling, we'll leave Broja to the last because we need to have a word about him, don't we? It's a weird one. It is a weird one, but I still stand by what I said about Pochettino, who's just completely ruined his confidence completely. Sterling just gets on my tits. He really does. 5.5, 6. Okay. Yeah, I think 7 was way too high. 6. 5.5. and then a 5. Might be a bit harsh, but in my opinion, he just bores me. He really does. It's the same shit over and over again. It's just running right into the defender every single time. The passing shit. He doesn't shoot when he's supposed to shoot. His passes are either too little, too late, or they're mishit. There's too much weight on it. It's too light. And I know that's the same for a lot of the players in a game like today, but Jesus Christ, this guy is so fucking experienced compared to the rest of them. He is, apart from Silva, he's the most experienced player on the pitch, and you wouldn't think that. You'd think he was one of the youngsters because of the poor play that he consistently puts out. And yes, he gets his assist every now and then, and he scores every now and then, but it's fucking boring. He's so boring. And for that, a 5. A 5 for Raheem Sterling, which, again, if you're watching this back after the stream has ended, you'll probably think that's fucking harsh. That's really harsh. But no, come on, be real with yourself. He's so boring to watch. He doesn't add anything. Why would I want him to play when I could be watching a Madueke or a Mudryk? Do you know what I'm saying? He just doesn't look like he gives a fuck. He doesn't look like he cares. And again, when you factor in his experience, he should be doing so much better than he is. Even if he is one of our top scorers or top goal interactors. And I say it again, if he left even in the January window, if he left in this window, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. And that's the thing. It's kind of like, with anyone we sell, you either want them to be sold or you don't want them to be sold. He's in the middle. I just don't give a fuck. It's not that I want him to get sold. If he stays, he stays. If he goes, he goes. I personally am dead in the middle. I just don't fucking care about Raheem Sterling if he stays or goes. It makes no difference to me at all. If we sell him, we should sell him sooner rather than later to try and get some money for him. But still, the amount of money we spend giving him a £350,000 wage or whatever it is per week to do what he does, it's ridiculous. Oh. Now, Broja, I think this is going to be quite a low rating, you know. I think this is going to be a really low rating. The poll is up now. You know me as well. Again, I say it all the time. If you've watched me long enough, you'll know I'm a very big advocate for Broja, especially before he got injured. But since he's been back, I've said multiple times, just give him a chance. Let him get back into it. And that's still the case for the most part. But let's be honest, he's woeful, isn't he? He's woeful. He's always backing into players, going down. He's nowhere near as strong as he was before he got injured. He's just a shell of a man. He's a shell of the man that we once saw. I love him, but the word to describe him currently in his current form is he's shit. He is shit. And I hate to say that because I do believe in him still. I believe he's got the capabilities to be a strong striker, a good leading man at the top of the pitch. But, I really want him to do well. I really, really do. But all the same, he's fucking pants, isn't he? He stinks. He absolutely stinks. I think he does need a loan, like you say. How old is he? 21? 22, somehow. He's 22. He tore it up at Southampton. Yes, I just don't think he's ready just yet. I think he's got it in him. I really do think he's still got it in him to turn things around. But I think a loan move is of dire need. I think he really, really does need a loan and then maybe come back and rectify what he's been doing at Chelsea. But he's getting chances. He's getting chances. It's really weird. Like, he's getting chances to score. He's getting chances to play. Jackson's off for the AFCON now. You couldn't ask for a better opportunity. And I think it's more like the pressure's getting to him a little bit too much, maybe. I don't know. But either way, he has got a 4.5, which is sad. It really is. But realistically, it's the way it is, I'm afraid. So we'll get into Pochettino next, and then we will do a final vote of who your man of the match is between Petrovic and Raheem Sterling. But between Petrovic and Enzo Fernandez. Pochettino. Substitutions late again. I feel like after the situations we've been in lately, I believe that with injuries, I mean, more specifically, the fact that he brought on Chilwell on as a replacement for Sterling on the left wing. He's not even brought him on as a defender, as a left winger. Probably our most predominant side that we played down this game. He brought him on with, 13 minutes to go, but still, we're trying to get people gradually back in and putting him on as a left fucking winger. Jesus Christ, are you trying to get him injured again or what? What are you doing? I don't understand this guy. I don't understand this guy. I really don't. We'll start with a 5.5, 6, 6.5, and then a 7 potential. So there is a potential. There's a possibility for him to get a high enough rating where it's like, okay, it's all right. But then there's also a chance for him to be absolutely stinky, which is a 5.5. So it's up to you. Let me know in the chat. In the votes as well. And in the meantime, once you've voted, please do. If you've clicked the vote, it's one click, as is the like button, subscribing button as well, and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, for potentially the last time of the stream, it's Pochettino. I beg your pardon. Oh, I should have left it. Shit. We'll go with a 6. I balls that up. I should have waited for something to win. The guy's singing upstairs now. Good God. Six is fair, yeah. And so comes the end. I don't know. It's some fucking weird hipster song. The end of the stream. But first, before you do go, we have a matter of voting the man of the match. Is it Petrovic or Enzo Fernandez? The poll is in the chat now. Let me know. And again, keep smashing the like button. We're only 5 likes away from 50 likes, so get that. And we will see. Petrovic absolutely leading the race right from the get-go, right out the gates. Give it to 30 likes. And I think 29. And there we go. 30 votes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Georgie Petrovic with the man of the match, which is a surprise. It is a surprise. I'll make it even more fancy. Do you know what I mean? Make it even more fancy. Look at that. Whoa. Even got a little golden glow around it. Look at that. There we go. 20 voted for Petro. A fantastic game, or not a fantastic game at all, a fantastic result for Chelsea in the end. We come away with all 3 points against Fulham. Petrovic picks up the man of the match here on the channel. Thank you for all of your interactions, all of your votes, all of your likes, all of your, the super chats as well. Massively appreciated. And that's it. Until the return after the winter break. Again, you're in the wrong job. Am I? Remember, plenty of content on this channel. We have streams every single day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have a stream. I think this week's going to be a bit different because we have the 7,000 subscriber special where I'm going to be streaming from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday. So it's Monday, Tuesday stream. I'm going to be doing FIFA. Wednesday, day off. And then it's going to be Football Manager on Thursday. And then, or whatever. We'll work something out. And then Friday off. Saturday, we're going to do the 7-hour special. So join me then for that. Plenty of content, again, as I say. I'm going to be doing This Week at Chelsea on Wednesday and then one on Sunday as well. Keep an eye out. Follow myself on Twitter for the schedule. Once you see, that'll be coming out on Monday. You can see exactly what I'm doing there, and so you can keep up to date with everything like that. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content in case you don't. The links for everything are down in the description down below. At Harry CFXI every single where. On all social media platforms. Thank you for watching. Have the best possible rest of your weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate every single one of you. All the best. See you later. Goodbye.